underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And if you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging or painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, fellas. What's good? I know it's been quite a while since we've been here. We've had some technical difficulty. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. I was about to lie and say we've had some technical difficulties, when in reality, we've had some scheduling difficulties. Either way,
Last week's
welcome
my
back,
fault.
ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's faulting nobody for a week. There have been times that I haven't been able to make it. There have been times that Loon hasn't been able to make it. So there's just a lot of there's a lot of scheduling difficulties, and so we're working on trying to bring something to you guys in the future very soon. Um, we'll be probably announcing a change. Actually, probably at the evening today, we'll be announcing a change. What's good, Shmoney? Everything's good. How have you been? Welcome back. I'm glad that you're here with us. We got some nice entertainment for you tonight. Nice, what I'm saying? One of them type of things. I don't know why that stuck in my head. I actually saw a TikToker who every time that he pulled a dope card, he'd be like, nice, so it's actually really, really, really stuck in my head. I don't ask. He'd be like, nice, I'm like, So
people got to have their thing.
You know, either way, welcome back. You know, we're back. So the news that we're gonna have for you is that I believe, pending anything working out other than what has already been discussed amongst the team, Start Button is very, very likely going to be moving from Tuesdays 8:30 ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Sundays 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we always encourage watching. If you can't watch it live, watch it on the recording. The reason that we're going to be moving to Sundays is because we have some technical issues and scheduling conflicts, and we just want to make sure that we continue to bring you a great quality show. I will also pre-warn you that we very well may be also editing the show's format a little bit, and it's possible that we'll be going from 2 hours to 1 hour. That's not guaranteed. That's not promised. It just depends on, because we're on a weekend day, we don't want to take too much time from anyone's weekend. We're still going to try to give you quality content. We're going to try to make sure that we are as efficient as possible and kind of chop everything into a nice little bubble. But I've gotten some feedback that 2 hours is kind of long, which it kind of is. Like, we could imagine how it takes away from myself, and I can only speak for myself, but you can imagine how it takes away from us, hosting for 2 hours. It's a lot of time. It's a little hard on the voice. So I just wanted to make sure that we provided you all with the news as early as possible this week, rather than we might do an hour and 20, hour and 30, but 2 hours is a little too much. So at least this is some of the, not necessarily too much, because we provide you with plenty of banger content. We never run out of things to say. And, like your crew here, we're here for you. But, we're gonna test it out. If we feel that an hour feels too short, or an hour 20, or an hour 30 feels too short, we'll go back to the normal format. Again, we're here to entertain. If we can run it at an hour and leave you wanting more without you feeling like you're not satisfied, or like you didn't get the answers that you were looking for, then we'll probably keep it at that. Keep it consistent. Either way, we try to be as consistent as possible. So we thank you all for tuning in as much as you do. Now, without further ado, I want to say welcome to Start Button Live. Here with me today, we have Mr. Rygen and we have Mr. Hustle. Why am I calling them Mr.? I have no idea. But as you know, I always do that.
Oh, respect. Sign of respect.
Totally. You're totally being a respectful individual, correct? No trolling, no backhanded commentary.
Bro really said that 2 hours is hard in his throat. That's crazy.
Nobody said throat.
Yeah, I forgot to
Nobody said throat. We said voice. It's difficult. It's difficult to talk for 2 hours. I need a little something to drink.
At least you didn't say lubricate.
No. No. So, anyway, today, in case you guys didn't know, we are going to be talking about the Pokemon phenomenon and the things that Pokemon does well versus doing not so well. And we're also going to be going into some of the things that have been created alongside Pokemon. So, before we get into Pokemon and all of their quirks, all of the quirks that deal with the game, all of the quirks that deal with the cards or the TV shows or whatever, anything dealing with the franchise, right? I just want to ask you guys a quick question. I'm gonna bring this down to genre. So I'm going to bring this down to genre. What
Mhm.
genre of game do you see yourself spending the most time in recent times?
I see. I can pull my Steam up for that. Hold on.
Yeah,
See, now you cheating. Nah, we was trying to get to the top of
No,
the head. You know,
these days, if I'm not dedicating time to sit down to like a story game, like I'm like, because I've been playing a mix of random, like Ghost Yote and like starting Ninja Gaiden. But like the ones I keep going back to getting my time, like I mentioned before the show, like I kind of like roguelikes have been getting a lot of my time recently. Like I just picked up Mega Bonk. If you like Vampire Survivors, that's like a little 3D roguelike Vampire Survivor setup, everything like that. But I was playing Dead Zone Rogue a lot like 2 months ago and stuff like that, because those have been like my main time killers recently. And I play like a couple ARAMs a league, but that's like 25 minutes here and there, like maybe once or twice a day. But yeah, roguelikes have been getting my time a lot.
I've been finding myself playing a lot more mobile games lately. So re-downloaded League of Legends Wild Rift. I also have gotten like Chaos Zero Nightmare, Duet Night Abyss, Mekarashi, but I'm playing all of these games on my PC.
Yeah, I'll get you. It's like when Rockman Cross Dive came out. I started on my phone, and then I was like, "Oh, there's a Steam version. I can just play it on it."
Right.
There you go.
So, well, Wild Rift is phone only, but I'll try to log on, get me some AAA ARAMs in there because AAA ARAMs are fun. Okay. Yeah, so AAA ARAMs are fun. So I actually try to get me like some AAA ARAMs in. But I've been playing like Duet Night Abyss just released the other day. Hustle, that's the game that I was telling you was similar to Warframe. So I gave an honest review from my experience from last night. I gave it. And it was like maybe 2-3 hours of gameplay. I felt that the game played a lot better with controller. I hated how it felt on my phone. I hated that I had to use my thumb to kind of swipe around the screen. And combat is simple enough where, like, when you're in the thick of it, like you could probably be on the phone and not really feel like it's overwhelming. But like movement and traversal is so fluid and it's so good in the game that it feels awkward to use my phone with. Because when you're trying to, like, so you know how Warframe has a slide mechanic, but then if you jump from a slide, you're gonna slide and then you're gonna do that spin jump. It has that in it.
Ironically,
Ironically,
Warframe does have a mobile version now.
Interesting.
Sort of the same game. So it's cross-play, cross-regression, all that.
Yeah, same. Same with Duet Night Abyss. And Duet Night Abyss is actually not even considered really a gacha game anymore. It is a gacha game, but they took out the gacha mechanics for pulling characters and stuff. So there's literally like you farm your characters the same way you would in Warframe. Okay. You get your fragments and things like that. All the characters are technically 5-star. Like I played last night for a little while. I think I have now currently like 4 characters, but they are encouraging you to play the story. And then Chaos Zero Nightmare is kind of a roguelike card game type of thing. So I've been really digging that one. I dig that one a lot more than I thought I would. But like it's running stages over and over again, and they're changing every time you make the run, and you're building a deck, and your deck is your attacks. So you just, you pick your attack using a card. You've played a card style, fighter before. So it's like that, except, each time that you run the chaos mode, it changes your deck. But that game is very dark. Like, if you want to build a bond with your character, one thing that you can do is you can actually run chaos and allow them to get stressed out or lose on purpose so that it mentally breaks your characters so that you can bring them to a counseling session so that you can raise your affinity with them.
Look at you causing trauma.
Absolutely do cause trauma. So
PTSD.
What is and Shmoney, I've heard a lot about the new Skate game. I've seen a lot. it's gotten ripped into quite a bit. It got
I've
like
heard good things though.
6 or something like that from like one of the reviewers, but the people who are playing it are in
They
there.
love it.
They are in
All I
there.
see is videos of people doing crazy like tricks, like going to the
Straight
church
up
window
lines.
and everything like that.
So I think that people hated on Skate too early. Because they're upset because it's not realistic graphics. I don't think it needed that.
Yeah.
What's good, Goji? You can come on in, because we gonna need you. We need somebody to champion the Pokemon side of things.
Oh, you ain't asking what my genre was.
I actually was asking you.
Oh, my genre would either be it's survival and like roguelikes right now. And I guess Marvel Rivals. Those are like the 3 genres.
Survival has always been your thing.
Yeah.
It's just not been my thing. I've tried. I have
lost in one.
I have
He be going through it on Rivals though.
Bro, this season is so trash. I swear to God, dude. Like,
I'm like, no, I love that you play Rivals because that's my entertainment when I'm up here on my computer and just hear the struggle on the other side of the wall over there. So I'm like,
listen, I have to hear that when you do League, so we even.
Look, why I'm just saying, why did Caitlyn have Arcane Comment as a mastery? Like, what are we doing?
Oh yeah, no, it's like I don't know what happened this season. It feels like the player base got dumber and just forgot what the fuck they do. So now I'm dealing with that. It's a lot better now that Daredevil's out. We have less idiots, I guess. But that first week with Angela being released, I was like, yo, I don't know if I'll make it this season, bro. It was bad. It was a struggle.
And my problem with League people being bad is the game's been out for 15 years and people still know how to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is wild.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
First year, so
I'm bad at League.
First step is admittance.
And like, I'm probably better at Wild Rift and ARAM, but I am not good at League. It's never fully clicked for me,
To be fair, most people aren't good at League. Ryden's like a small few, but like most people aren't good at League. Let's just keep that a stack.
I am damn
I'm
good
better
at
at
League.
Smite, but they wanted to mess that up. So
I'm good at Smite too. Then they released 30 imbalanced gods back to back.
that wasn't even that all got balanced out later on. The problem is Smite
but the problem is they did the damage to most of the player base, and a lot of people have a sour taste in their mouth when they talk about Smite.
Oh nah. Well,
And also now
Smite
the Smite 2 nonsense with like
that was the beginning. Smite 2 was basically the final nail in the coffin. That was like, all right, this game's dead now. Come on, guys, what you want?
Hey guys, our special guest told us that he's cooking dinner.
The boy don't know how clocks work. He don't know how a lot of things work, but
that is true.
He's our guy.
If you're not gonna show up, don't tell me why you're not here.
I told you listen, we started today on token time.
We did. We even allowed an extra 30 minutes. Sir, if you're watching, I just want you to know you could have cooked dinner prior to or post showtime.
Yeah, you know what time me and Ryden
You
ate?
have a responsibility the same way that we do to be here for our audience. Shame on
me
you.
and Ryden ate at like 6:30, right?
Shame on you.
Yeah, 6:30, 6:40, whatever it was.
Shame on you.
Like he act like he doesn't know what time we start up.
I'm also gonna give this one for you, Blicky, because I know you be peeking in. Now, we had a conversation yesterday, and you said the reason that you are not able to join is because you're a football coach. We understand. Nobody's holding you to that. But if you don't show up on a Sunday, I promise you, you're gonna get the shame on you too. We're gonna have a Donkey of the Day section, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Donkey of the Day goes to Amazon, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Amazon has essentially effectively laid off a large portion of its gaming studios. And so the fate of different games that are being held by Amazon are up in the air. New World has made an announcement that they are going to continue so far through the end of 2026, but they are not sunsetting New World. I haven't seen any announcements from any other games, but it's looking like Amazon Games is cooked, ladies and gentlemen. So don't expect much more from them.
That's a rapsy scapsy.
Now, gentlemen, what other genres have you sunken a massive amount of your time into over the course of the years? Like, if you look at your entire gaming career, now going aside from your roguelites and your survival games, what other genres do you think you've sunken?
MMORPG.
Yeah, I was like, obviously, many an hour on World of Warcraft is a given.
I was an MMO player, just not a World of Warcraft player.
Yeah, I think across two characters combined, I have like just those characters, not other random alts I've played throughout the years, like 2.5 years of playtime, like across just two characters, and then adding little sprinkles of other ones. But obviously, we all dumped hundreds of hours in the Monster Hunter.
Oh
yeah, three of us here.
I'm ashamed to admit.
Oh man,
I'm ashamed
we
to
got
admit.
Goji here.
Yes, Goji is.
He made it before
his way
Tolkien.
home.
Wait, can I hold on?
Dedicated
dedication.
This is a dedicated Pokemon fan, sir. Like this man, I told him we were going to be talking about Pokemon, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we are probably going to be digging into Pokemon's rectum today. Brother, so it's coming.
This nigga got a son, and he drives.
I needed somebody who's an actual, factual, full-on Pokemon fan who can defend and stand up for whatever they got going on right now. So we needed you.
Oh shit!
Hold on, I need like a backup like curl so I can clutch him. Like, oh my god, what?
That's crazy. See, I thought that I was going to be the defender of truth and justice right now, but
you can't even devil's advocate if he said you might not get too much defense. You can't even do trolly devil's advocate. I mean, you can, but to steel man him,
he about to come out there with the elbow drop on them niggas like.
Oh, he's still putting him in.
Yeah, you gotta get.
Right now, he's just a disembodied voice.
But yeah, like we have Goji. In case you guys didn't hear, Goji just joined us. He is going to be, talking about us as we start digging into the nitty gritty. We're giving him a little grace. He's on his way home, so we just want to make sure that we had him here because I didn't think it was fair if we actually start going down one path and we're not having representatives from all sides of the spectrum, because I am considered a more casual game player of these games of this genre. Yes, Rajan, I have sunk in hundreds of hours into Monster Hunter, by the way. I am ashamed to say that I have no, I'm not at hundreds anymore. I was at hundreds of Monster Hunter World, but you combine my Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise numbers, and we're in thousands already. So,
oh yeah. Well, if you go across all the damn games, it's like
I was just talking about the two games.
Oh, the two games. Yeah, I put like 700 hours in the World, probably like 150 in the Rise. Like Wilds, I haven't put as much as I wanted to, but like
we need to go back.
Yeah, so
I put at least 1,000 in World. I'm happy. I'm proud of
I was at 900 hours in World on just the PlayStation.
Listen, Iceborne was like crack.
I did not do all of that.
That was an addiction.
Content on PC, even though I wanted to, but I was like, nah, I wish they had like a transfer they could have offered because I would have transferred to PC if you could have.
I actually ended up getting it on PC long after I had retired from Iceborne and World or whatever. So I never really got like a full on dive in the World. I think I maybe got through the OG story. But yeah, Iceborne was cracked. World was cracked. I haven't played as much Wilds as I would have liked to admit. I'm probably on like 50 hours in. Like I'm barely touching the
I
surface of
need
the story.
people. that
But
have
I know
World
me.
bigger.
I know me. I know as soon as there's an expansion and an improvement patch, I'm in there. So
I just want
it
to
just
say
is what it
back.
is.
There we go. Now we got Goji on.
Welcome, Goji. Welcome. Now that everybody can see and hear you. I mean, they don't really need to see you, but at least they can hear you. But yeah, we do.
Shadow in the dark.
It's fine. It's fine because I know as soon as you're able to, you're going to join us for real. And like I said, we appreciate you taking your time out to come and be a representative. And you're always welcome. You're a friend of the show. You are a special guest, and not in a snide way or a trolly way. Like, so we always encourage you to join in when you can. And as you may or may not have heard, we'll be changing our day and hours from Tuesday nights to Sundays at 11 a.m. Everybody's saying that.
I mean,
And we don't dislike that. So 100%, I always try to keep you in the loop. So how have these games that we've just discussed for everybody impacted your views on gaming as a whole? How have they shaped your opinions? How have they, like these genres, these titles that you've put so many hours into? Like, I'm gonna be honest, when I first started playing Monster Hunter, I didn't like it. I was getting my butt kicked. I was getting my ass whooped. No ifs, ands, buts or about it. I was a bow user. It was on PSP. There was one joystick, and it was not very fair. And swimming was not very fun.
The OG Monster Hunter struggle was rough on PS2.
Yeah, it was. I feel sorry for if you were an OG bowgun user, being forced in first person mode.
Not even just that, having all the extra, taking up all them extra item slots for making new stuff, making new ammo.
Oh, you didn't have infinite ammo, by the way, too.
So how does this influence your gaming opinion today? Like Raijin, you said you don't like Pokemon.
Not anymore. Like, I want Pokemon. I'm like a disappointed parent. I want Pokemon to be better because I know it can be better. They just don't.
That's how I feel.
I don't hate the franchise. It's just like y'all deserve better from the objectively improving, most valuable piece of property franchise in human history. That's all I'm saying.
The resident Pokemon fan,
go ahead.
Go off, man.
Do you want to go off right now, or do you want to wait till we dig into Pokemon for real? Because there are some things that I want to say too, and we're probably going to be doing that in like 5 minutes.
But just a real quick piggyback, Roger. Yeah, I agree. I expect a little more from him. Again, so I haven't went out and got ZA yet because I'm not about to spend $500 to get the game.
I mean, I heard it runs okay on the Switch One. I just don't want to. I don't want to buy a Switch 2 just for Pokemon.
I don't. Yeah, so as someone who bought the original Switch Pokemon and has been burned by every Pokemon game that's been on the Switch, yeah, I'm not. That game has affected me to the point where what was it? It was Scarlet.
Let's go Eevee Pikachu. Then it was
and then it was. I skipped them because they were basically.
It was still good. I still got my Pokeball right here.
Yeah, those
I
are
heard,
cash grabs, in my
I've
opinion.
heard great things about it. I've heard great things about it. But again, it was just, to me, it was just to get the Pokemon Go.
Oh
There's
no,
no
I don't know that I feel like that
It's not
was
too
because it
bad
was literally
Pokemon
red and
Go.
blue all over again, except you had Eevee or Pikachu following.
Kind of the mechanics of Pokemon.
It did have very simplified capture mechanics compared to
Yeah, because you
Really?
could like use the little Pokeball that came with it, and you could like literally throw it, and there was a joystick on the Pokeball, but like so the capture mechanics were a little bit more simplified. But I mean, it's no different than pressing A and then pressing A B A B A B A B A B A B A B A B A B A B. You know what I mean?
It's AB down. You only got to press all that.
Oh, you gotta hold down and press A B A B A B A B.
Was I go do sorry? His signal's crapping out, at least for me.
He said he rushed out to get a Switch when Sword and Shield was released. So okay, so
Honestly,
I might have a differing take because I like Sword and Shield.
I like it too.
Did not really like Scarlet and Violet. Did not like how it performed.
So I was gonna say
did not like
that
how it went.
Sword and Shield was better than Scarlet and Violet performance-wise for me. Kind of enjoyed
very much so.
with Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield. Just overall the design. Sword and Shield is one of my favorite moves ever. So you never go wrong with that.
I feel like Zacian was kind of not Zacian. The Shield Dog was kind of lackluster though. Yeah, Zamazenta. Zacian was a hit.
Legendaries. The box legendaries.
One was a hit, one was a miss. I just,
One was made.
But I think that's pretty typical. Like you either like Yu-Gi-Oh, Lugia, or you liked Ho-Oh. Like it is what it is.
I mean,
Lugia all day.
And really kind of like just the way the game on the Switch, just like I said, I expect way more, and they just haven't been delivering because they know it's going to sell well.
All right, we are going to dig. That is literally. We are about to dive right in, but really quick before we do that, I just want to know. So, like we've discussed what our most replayed or what our most played genres have done to our views as gamers. Now, since you've put in so many hours into these various genres and these various games, what gives these games the level of replayability that keeps you coming back? This question is a lead question, not just for us talking about Pokemon, but us talking about the other things that we're going to discuss tonight too.
So in general, my most replayed games are RPGs. I enjoy delving into new worlds. So games that have a lot of
then boy, do I have a list of games for you, sir.
Gameplay is simple. You can get me immersed in the world, and the choices and things that I'm doing is like I can make different choices.
I got 2 games for you right now. You speaking up the alley. They're mobile games at that. Duet Night Abyss just came out yesterday. Yeah, DNA. Duet Night Abyss. It's a gacha game that removed the gacha. And when you're talking to people, the dialogue choices that you make, and basically change people's perception of you around like world. Yeah, it just came out, and like they removed all of the gotcha elements for characters and things. I talked about it earlier, but I definitely have talked about it in the start button chat. I know you still have access to that. I don't
Yeah.
know how often you look. But that is a game that they decided that instead of making people roll for characters and 5 stars and all of that stuff, they were going to remove the gotcha element from that and only leave gotcha for cosmetics. And they wanted to focus on the story. The story is voice acted, like fully voice acted and in English.
Oh, don't get me started on voice acting.
Fully voice acted and in English. So check it out. I hate how it plays when you're playing on your phone screen. So I actually downloaded it from the Epic Store and have been using my Xbox controller. But if you are playing on an iPad or a cell phone with a controller, you're Gucci. You're Gucci.
I love gaming.
I'm telling you, if you are using a controller, you're good. But if you're not, be prepared to be like, And the other one is called Chaos Zero Nightmare. That is a roguelike card battler type game that you have to play. I know. You have to play in order to experience. I didn't think I was going to like it because of the art style, that chibi art style, or moderately chibi. But the way that they weave like actual animated art and the chibi art is very skillful and masterful, and the story is dark and it's very trauma. It's very, yeah, the story is kind of dark, and it actually bases itself around trauma quite a bit. So play it a bit, get yourself into it, maybe even watch a YouTube video. Like all the characters, no matter what you have, they're viable characters. Even the 4 stars are viable. Like you could literally make an entire free-to-play team. There is literally no meta because the game changes itself that much. So I hope that you thoroughly enjoy those games. Get back to me within a week and let me know how you like them. But if you like story and immersion, there you go.
That's what keeps me going back to this. That's what makes me want to play games over again. Like experiencing the story. And again, like I'm a big shameless plug. I'm not sponsored or nothing, but a game like 2 years ago. It's called Dispatch. It's on Steam. It's on PS5. It's by a bunch of the old developers.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I want to play that.
I'm gonna wait till all the episodes are out. I'll buy
it. There's a lot. So what they're doing is they're releasing 2 episodes at a time every week.
Yeah.
Basically, like a show, which I'm not going to do the way it plays and the way it is.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, yeah, I gotta get this. But I'm gonna wait till like all the episodes are out so I can just do a long playthrough of it.
Yeah, it's going to be 8 episodes altogether. So probably a month for everything now. Yeah, I got a bunch of YouTubers, voice actors too. Most critical.
Yeah, apparently it all finishes up on that.
And Paul from Breaking Bad is the main character. It's just cool. Like imagine any Telltale game that you've ever played, but it also has like you have to actually dispatch superheroes for different crimes. So you have to manage like who's good at what games. It's a game. And it's also a game that I'm seeing who talk about, but at the same time it's a lower key game. But those are the games that keep me have those things where you make different choices and you get the different scenes. Just the first scene, interrogating a criminal, and either you can drop them off the roof or you can let back. All I'll stay on that. And it puts yourself into like different information on the line. But I'll enjoy things like that because I like to see different outcomes. I like to see how I can influence the world in different ways.
It sounds
Not
like
bad.
a good game. And again, I have seen it. I just haven't picked it up because I'm not really like a fan of Telltales. Not saying I'm not a fan. I just haven't played any of them. Like I
Yeah,
wanna
I,
game instead of like play a story. Like sometimes, like I actually need something
a story.
to keep me active within a game while also getting a story.
Yeah, 'cause there definitely are definitely those type of games where you're
Yeah.
kind of in the backseat and you get the quick time events, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're very good plans.
So, and the story is always changing, and I know that they're immersive. It's just kind of like I want some kind of action or activity personally.
Definitely that.
So for our audience, if you guys have any kind of genre or any kind of games that you feel that have pretty much made up your gaming history and your gaming background, let us know. You know, send us a shot, send us a little comment. Let us know what makes up your gaming background. We'll be more than happy to discuss. And a lot of us, you know, we're very versatile gamers, and that's probably one of the reasons why we seem so all over the place. Me, I'm the type where I'm a variety gamer. I play a little bit of everything, except maybe horror, and I'm a little bit less on survival now. But like I play a little bit of everything else, and it's just like if it catches my attention or if it's good, then you know I'll 100% play. So let us know in the comments. You know, if you're not watching us live, still put it in the comments. It's fine. Now, I want to dig into I would like to dig into the nitty gritty and the meat and potatoes of our story. Our main story tonight is the origins of Pokemon. I want to go into the origins of Pokemon. We are going to go into Pokemon because Legends ZA released a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to talk about it right before it came out. People thought we were going to stream the game. No, that's not what's going to happen here. But
thought
not,
that?
well, when I posted it originally, I had posted like a little shot of Legends ZA, like it was like a cover. And so they were like, "Oh, you're doing a stream?" I was like, "No, we're doing a conversation. We're doing a discussion so that we can talk about it." But now
we're here to talk
we
shit.
have a solid amount of time since the game has been out, and many people have been able to formulate their opinions, and we've seen many different things about the game. So, you know, I figure it's actually a better time to talk about it now than right before the game comes out. So, as we all know, Pokemon is actually the largest selling franchise in the world, or one of the largest selling franchises.
One of the largest, yeah.
Yes, it's not the largest, but it is very much so one of the largest selling franchises in the world.
Hard to sell a video game.
Right. Now, originally it was called Pocket Monsters. It was brought to the West, being America, things of that nature, in 1998 in the form of a Game Boy title called Pokemon Red and Blue. In Japan, the original games were Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green in 1996, but we got Blue here after a different with a different title monster. So instead of getting Bulbasaur, we got Squirtle on the cover of Pokemon Blue. Pokemon was an idea that was thought up by its creator, Satoshi Tajiri, who spent his childhood catching bugs, and he wanted to combine his love of catching bugs with his love of video games to create the concept of capsule monsters. Now, when Satoshi was young, Satoshi-san, so when he was young, he saw the forests and the ponds that he explored being replaced by urban development. So creating a game was his way of preserving his childhood experience. He also actually had a very large influence from a really old Japanese TV show called Ultra Seven, where the protagonist used monsters that were stored in capsules to fight. You about to look it up, ain't you? You about to see what Ultra Seven look like, don't ain't you? You the boy, he about to be like, huh? So here we are, not too shy of 30 years later.
Ultraman?
Ultra 7.
Yeah, I guess it's part of the Ultraman universe.
Right. So here we are, not too far shy of 30 years later. Remember, 1996, 1998. We are literally just shy of 30 years that this series has been going on, and it's still a global phenomenon with another title just having been released with Pokemon Legends ZA. Pokemon Legends ZA, for those who don't know, is essentially a Legends game like Arceus. It is not a mainline game, and it is designed to be played differently from the mainline games. So let me ask you all a question first. Do you think that this kind of inspiration works the best for creating original games? Like having something that kind of sticks with you from your childhood and then like kind of utilizing that information and or utilizing that experience to bring a world to life?
I think a lot of stuff is just created the same way. Like Star Wars was inspired by Akira Kurosawa films. I think everything that's popular and successful has some kind of inspiration from something from somebody's life that inspired them. If it wasn't for, those old samurai films, we wouldn't have Star Wars.
Which is fire because you could see it in the lightsaber battles.
Yeah, not even just that. You can see it in Darth Vader's helmet. Darth Vader's helmet is
designed like it's literally helmet. a shogun's or a daimyo's helmet.
Yep.
Yeah, they were not subtle at all, but it worked out for them because like the sword fighting style works, and even a lot of obviously that translated into stuff when we had expanded universe like Old Republic, the comics, everything translated from that initial samurai movie aesthetic into like everything else about the series.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just find it funny though. With Nintendo trying to, try to capitalize on the monster capturing, battling genre, and y'all didn't even come up with an original concept with the whole monster capsule thing. That you shouldn't have told me that, because that is like y'all that.
So
that's coming up.
Irony in that.
I'm telling you, that's coming up.
So here's where the Pokemon protector comes in. Because it's not about who does it first.
I would agree.
Hold up.
Hold on. I got it over here. I would agree with you.
They did it the best.
Oh, okay, for 20 years, they've been doing it.
That's great. But why are they trying to sue people now or trying to get patents for it now after they know they weren't original with it?
That's
all right. Okay. All right. We on the same page there. All right. Because I'm about to say, because Power did it better than them.
For 20 years, I'll give some
consistency.
Best for they came out with a game with concept that was consistent. You added things each generation. I'll say I kind of want to say after Mega Evolution came in and started getting real sad. You started releasing basically came, all right, well, let's get over Pokemon new evolutions, new forms. We can't really think of anything too fresh. A lot of the new designs were, I don't say they were bad, but after a while, it's just how many times you come up with a new Pikachu or a new dog, So yeah, that's it. The first 20 years, yeah, like They was out here running the dynasty like Brady and Belichick, but close to the end of that reign, you know, cracks start showing. And again, it became
I'm not gonna lie.
close
To me, I saw the Pokemon designs going out because you got a couple good ones sprinkled here and there, but for the most part, they're not that great. But like I knew they started losing ideas. It's like, yo,
Gen 3.
no, not even Gen.
Oh,
Or was
Gen
that Gen
4
3? No, whatever Pokemon introduced. Which gen introduced Rotom? 4? Is that 5? 4 or 5? 5.
Rotom,
And then once I saw, it's
5.
like, is that? And I was like, is that Pokemon a refrigerator? Is that
Yup.
Pokemon? Is that Pokemon a lawnmower?
So
How
Is
about
that Pokemon? Yeah.
okay.
Penguin with the ice cube
No,
forehead?
it's interesting how Rotom evolves. It is interesting how Rotom evolves, but still at the same time,
So it technically doesn't evolve. But Rotom itself is a ghost type Pokemon. With it's a ghost electric and possesses electric things. Basically an electric current that possesses anything with that's electric.
Okay.
Now, are the designs goofy? It was coming at a time where during that generation is where the Pokemon
I got one you can't
realized,
defend though.
oh, our target demographic is not the people who are spending the money on us. They started realizing that older people, our generation, were the ones buying the games, and they wanted it to be for kids again. So that's when you start getting the more childish design. The anime went back to being a little more childish. They tried to drop that target demographic again. They wanted to get kids back in when really it was us, the older kids,
Can I get your opinion on another Pokemon though?
ones who were
Vanilla.
Go ahead.
It's the ice cream cone, bro. It's the ice cream cone.
Ice cream bone. But again, like I said, that was around the time when it started getting stale.
That was that Sword and Shield or was that
Megan's X and Y? X and Y.
You
It's even worse.
No,
Okay.
that's the last
X
Pokemon
and
game I
Y.
bought, which is 2012, whatever it was, 2012, 2013.
But you start getting stale with the design, you gotta get older. Popular
I've bought like
Pokemon,
4 more Pokemon games.
or you get like I think that's when they Magmar
Electrobot, yeah,
A
yeah,
pre-evolution, like a
Evolution,
baby evolution.
But no, they had those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
Electabuzz
also
had
make the baby evolutions too.
Electabuzz
I
had
forgot.
Electivire, and Magmar had I forget the Magmar one. Yeah,
Magmortar, yeah.
Because I actually thought I
Magmortar.
actually did big Electivire, and I was like, but that was when I was like, all right, we need to make these interesting for the people who like these old Pokemon versus just being megas that are just like, all right, like the new Dragonite. All right, Dragonite. What if we put Dragonite's wings on its head though? Yeah, you went.
Oh, wait. Let's not
Okay,
forget trash.
okay.
Hold on,
Okay, sorry.
No, we this is whatchamacallit. This is the segment.
Let's also not forget trash designs like Klefki, literally a key ring. They lost me there. I was like, nope, this ain't it.
I was
You didn't like
playing,
Trubbish?
No, oh my god, I forgot about that.
Well, if we get Grimer and Muck, why we can't have Trubbish?
Grimer
It's a bag of trash.
Trubbish and garbage or big Glimmer. Sludge. It's just pollution.
Yes.
That made way more sense than Trubbish. I'm sorry.
Then actual garbage.
In a sentient garbage bag? Yes, it did.
But yeah, like
It's
I
a
said,
fucking sentient garbage bag.
Trubbish looks like he wants to delete himself.
fucking sentient pollution.
Yes, so there's DNA in there. See, I
So-
can at least like get that.
Formulate the processes of that.
Like 10-year-old Eric can like formulate that together a little bit.
So I got one for you guys.
10-year-old Goji was too busy laughing at the name backwards.
Yeah.
We all were. For
So oh, you mean like Ekans?
So that was
Yeah, same there.
Yeah,
that
but
was cool.
so
Snake,
yeah,
Cobra.
but I have a question for you guys. So what if they made a black Magmar or another, a black Magmar, and they named him Magmarius?
Are they gonna make
Please
him
tell me
look
that's
like
not
Jinx?
true.
Because you know they would.
No, that was crazy. That was crazy
They didn't do that, did
because
they?
they made
No,
Jinx
no,
look like Mr.
there's
Popo,
no,
the
they didn't. I'm
Pokemon
just
version.
saying, like,
Oh,
if they
I'm about to
did, they
say.
would make if they made it Magmarius like he's talking about, they would make it look like Jinx.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, but you know, they are extremely.
I don't know that they are,
But,
because like when you talk to, like, I've watched some videos and it's just that they
Now we had a lot of wild.
that's a topic that I really kind of, because it's like
We had a lot of wild designs up until like the late 2000s, man.
well, I was gonna say that's attributed to isolationism.
Listen. Nah, there ain't no excuse now. Stop.
I'm talking about
Candy
that's what I
Stocking and
said.
Garter Belt.
Really,
They
really
updated
tough.
the design of the one dude, so now he no longer has the gigantic ass pink ass lips no more.
Comparing Stocking and Garden Belt, he's talking about. I forget the
seen the
character
anime?
name. It's a comedy anime. You would actually probably like it if you never watched it. What's the character? I don't remember the
Priest
character
dude.
name. Yeah, I still need to watch the updated season remake, whatever you want to call it.
But like they're getting a lot better with their animation. But again, I think that is largely
Garter Belt. That was the guy.
I think that's largely in part to isolationism. Like being told if you don't have black people in your country that much, right? If you don't really often have black people in your country, right? You're not exposed to their culture. You're not exposed.
Google wasn't a thing when Pokemon was first in development.
When was it first in development?
Yeah.
1994,
94 probably, when they were first starting development. Google didn't launch.
Google wasn't even a thing until the mid 2000s.
Google launched in 97. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, it gained its major popularity in the mid 2000s.
Don't tell me these niggas didn't have nobody black born in Japan.
Bro, they did not have the exposure. They did not have the exposure.
Hold on.
Look at the black population in Japan now, right? And look at the black population in Japan in 1996. And then who's to say that the black population in Japan, because they don't have the same experience as the black population in America, would consider those things the same level of racist or offensive? Your environment is what makes you determine what offends you.
What are you actually typing in? I'm curious.
I'm looking up. When was the first time Michael Jackson toured in Japan?
Michael Jackson
I'm saying y'all act like niggas did not exist in Japan.
All I'm saying is I never said that. I never said that. Black people have been in Japan since the 1800s, if not prior.
Also, let's be honest, Michael Jackson was above all race and people.
He transcended. He transcended.
It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, in the 90s, y'all niggas didn't get like nothing. No.
They might have got Michael Jackson, but they didn't associate black people with Michael Jackson. They just said, "Oh shit, it's Michael Jackson."
Like, what do black people look like? They got big ass pink fucking lips.
And Michael Jackson didn't even have that. He had a big nose.
Oh my god!
All the way up until like surgery number 3, 4.
Kid.
But yeah, nah, I still have to say the designs have gotten there was a point in time when like you could see the theme and the designs, and even still, they have their real like this game is so region, so we're gonna have specific Pokemon that pop up, that's all fine, but again, you get things like Lit Pyro, who Since you in ZK, you know what I mean?
No.
Have y'all seen Pyro's Mega Evolution? And the Pyro's Mega Evolution.
Yeah, I saw that.
Flame?
It's
With
like
the
stacking
flame?
Have you seen Starmie's Mega
know?
Evolution?
It's like, okay, so
Don't defend that.
Nightmare Fuel.
let me say this. Stop
No.
that. I'm about to defend that. I'm about to defend that. If you know Lord Starmie,
Yeah.
Starmie is an alien, right? It's an alien that basically kind of innate. And the basically what it is Mega Starmie has learned and tried to adapt human movement. It's trying to become.
Oh, so they
it's
copied
trying to
Starro from
assimilate.
DC.
So
What you're saying?
Have you seen Mega Starmie?
So basically, what you're saying is,
Have you seen Mega Starmie, bro? It's Nightmare Fuel.
so
It's
what you're
Nightmare
saying
Fuel.
is, because Starmie is an alien.
It's not.
Hold on. What you're saying is essentially that Nintendo copied Starro from DC. Literally the same fucking thing.
Then why can you capture Starmie with a Pokeball?
That's it.
Can't capture humans?
I'm gonna be honest.
I would try.
I'm gonna be honest. Terrestrialization or crystallization or whatever is probably the worst form of Mega Evolution that I've seen thus far in a Pokemon game. Legends EA, I think, did a lot of the Megas a lot better than the crystallization and terrestrialization in Scarlet Empire.
I will say this: it's not the most pretty thing, but competitive. Terrestrialization is competitively better than Mega Evolution because you're essentially. Basically, the competitive thing when you're in, you know what is viable, even once they change what's in the UN and different tiers of it, you know what's viable. Rationalization goes rich in that because you can essentially take a Pokemon that has, let's take Dragonite for example. Dragonite is a dragon type. It has cloud weakness, ice, thunder. And it also has Inferi. You can take a Dragonite that has a lot of weaknesses that can be exploited and give it a typing that is immune to basically all. So now someone who's playing against your Dragonite as it's a Dragonite, when it goes to use a dragon move and on that same turn, because we love the turn-based. We'll get into the battle in ZA2 because we love turn-based in 2025. But
Expedition 33, sir.
Listen,
We love turn-based in
I know you're not
2025.
about to compare those two fucking games.
No,
You're not
I'm just
doing
saying. We love turn-based in 2025 right now.
Listen.
That is an actual statement.
No, we love good turn-based.
33.
I mean, ZA technically isn't turn-based.
We don't love the same turn-based we've been missing since 1990. No, that's why I said we're gonna get into that in a second. But with the turn-based gameplay, I pick a move, you pick a move. If you send out the Dragon and I got football argument, we gonna say vanilla, you know, because you feel me? And he's an ice cream cone, and he uses a blizzard against a dragon. You throw a dragon out of blizzard, in anticipation of a dragon type being weak with. Before my move gets used, your terrestrialization goes off, and I need you to turn your dragon into a fairy type, which is not immune to ID, but it's basically resistant. That throws a wrench to a whole entire gameplay. So translation kind of it's better for competitive than.
I mean, again, Pikachu looking like a crystal light bulb.
It's not pretty, but again, you that Pikachu out.
It's gonna live.
And before that earthquake hit, you rationalize, and now you got a big ass like continent on you. You turn into a ground type, and then it just says earthquake got affected. Or you get a wing and you turn it to a fire type, earthquake got affected against a thunder type. It's like
I could see that.
it's
I
not
could see
pretty.
that. So Legend ZA and the changes that have come. Like Legend ZA is actually in a city instead of being in a whole region where you explore and you run around. Now this time it is literally the Pokemon equivalent of Paris. So you are amongst the Pokemon French. And the city is I would say it's relatively small. You don't even have access to the outskirts of the city. You do a lot of exploration through like parks and like various the rooftops and buildings, and it has a day-night cycle. At nighttime, the city turns into battle zones, and the titling of it is it's a modern day Pokemon game. So as we know, Legends Arceus was actually in the past. This is a modern day Pokemon game, and the reason that it's titled Z to A is because instead of you fighting gyms and trying to get badges, what you're doing is you're trying to raise your rank. So your rank starts at Z, and you're trying to get up to A.
They need to call it Pokemon Hell to Gnaw.
Asterisk. There's an asterisk in there.
Pokemon game experience asterisk.
No. Pokemon Z to A asterisk.
Oh yeah, because don't you skip like 40 ranks because of the story or something like that?
Right.
you go from
you go from like Z to like
F.
to G or something like that.
Oh my god! So you didn't even have the full experience of just ranking up. Okay, all right.
No, you have the full experience they gave you.
Oh, no, you still gotta grind.
Yeah, there's still a grind to it, but there is a part in the middle where like they're like, all right, we need you to get to a certain rank. So battle this extremely tough character. If you beat him,
we're gonna fast forward you a little bit.
Skip you up a couple, you know. You a little boost.
That's
I will say
that
from what I seen, the battle is actually one of the hard battles in the game. There are a few tough battles in the game. Again, I haven't personally played it. I've seen people playing it. One of my homies has it, and yeah, that's one of the like. There are a couple like roadblocks in that game, and that's one of them.
I know that we're gonna talk about this in the future, like coming up, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I've played Temtem, so I can't really say that I've run into any real hard battles in Pokemon because I've played Temtem. Like, if you've ever played Temtem, like almost after like just traveling from one city to the next, like you need to properly plan your potions and your heals just to make it to the next city. Like it is not like when I realize, oh, I'm walking over to the next city, I'm just steamrolling every trainer that I run into, like every wild encounter, I'm just catching stuff. Yeah, Temtem wasn't like that. Temtem was like, nah, we're gonna get that out of you real quick.
The last time I thought like I ran into battles in a Pokemon game I thought were hard was Heart Gold, Soul Silver, when you had to re-challenge the Elite Four. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'll just hop in there again. I was like, wait, why are these Pokemon like 40 levels higher? Whoa, whoa.
And it wasn't even difficult because it was difficult. It was difficult because they gave levels.
Well, no, their lineups changed too and everything like that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it was difficult because they gave levels. Like, they didn't modify their lineup to be counter of whatever you beat the game with or whatever you beat the Elite Four with.
No, they just they filled in the lineup with things that, like, because obviously, like, everyone in Elite Four, the Elite Four has their type majority, but it's like, all right, we're gonna slip in some stuff that doesn't have these weaknesses you expected. So that's why I was like, oh, they actually like put some thought into this and like for a harder challenge later on. But like the other games don't really do that anymore, to my knowledge.
I mean, some of them did. I can't remember. I can't name it off the top. You know, I couldn't even finish Scarlet and Violet because it didn't play very well on the Switch. So it,
Yeah, I kind of forced myself to finish those games. And then to be honest, and so I didn't even get the DLC for those. I didn't get the DLC.
I don't know if I appreciate the fact that Pokemon comes with DLCs now either.
Yeah,
That
okay.
ass.
So no.
And also before the game was even out.
I will
That was
say
pretty
that, well,
scummy.
that's egregious. ZA aside, for Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, I do appreciate having the DLCs instead of having to go out and buy a third copy of the game. Because think about it, what did we have to use to do? It was red and blue, then we had to get yellow. There was gold and silver, then we had to get crystal. The third one was always the definitive version of the game.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
why
would
I always
always
waited
have
to
to
go get
go
the
out.
third one.
Yeah, but some of us were a little impatient and wanted to play the newest Pokemon game when it came out.
I mean, I always
instead
buy
of-
my Pokemon games on release. So
Yeah, so
except
like
this one. This is like the literal only one
I haven't,
that I have not purchased on release.
and I didn't, like I said, I didn't get the Let's Go ones. But besides that, yeah, I usually get them on release. But
I didn't
the
want to
third
get
one
Let's
had-
Go until I found out how it played, and then I bought it on release.
the third game has always been the definitive edition. It's always been the one with the updated mechanics, better story in the later games,
was
like
my
with Black
favorite.
and White 2.
I never actually
yeah.
played Black or White.
To get
I said platinum.
the
not
basically definitive version of it for $30 extra, if it's, now, like I said, ZA kind of pissed me off because if you really like, if we want to be completely honest, the price of this game is fucking ridiculous. Like, it is blatantly a ripoff when you spent less to make this game than you spent on the prior game, and you're charging us $100 for the full game.
They put more money in-
$100, I say,
They put more money in
because
Pokemon Go.
They really did.
because
Because of 70 plus the 30.
you announced Mega Dimensions before the game released, which lets me know I don't care what date you say you're going to release it or when it be ready. You announced it, which means you were confident in it enough to let us know that that was what the end game of ZA is supposed to be. Whatever comes in Mega Dimensions is what that full end game was supposed to be. Cough, cough, Ashura's Wrath. You're charging us an extra $30 for the end of the game. I don't agree with that at all, because that means the game is $100. And when you release everything about the Switch 2, and when the prices of those games started coming out, your words were, we are going to price games for what they are worth. Legend ZA, and again, I haven't played it, but from what I've seen with my eyeballs, that game is not worth $100 when you still haven't implemented voice acting, but you've added scenes into the game, which would perfectly
You have
go
cutscenes
with voice acting. You have cutscenes in the game where the
with
characters are
words at the
literally
bottom
standing
as
there,
if you were voice
mouthing-
acting these
There's
cutscenes.
a whole
they're
cutscene where a
visually
band plays
moving
and they're
their
singing.
mouths to the words,
Oh, that was in.
and you're not giving us the
Shield.
voice. Like,
No, that's in this new one too.
Oh my!
What are we
They did it
doing here?
again. Jesus Christ!
what are we doing here? At this point, it's not even about. We're not asking you for things that shouldn't be in the game. We're asking you for things that at this point are deserving. There are games that have come out 10 years ago that are in the same genres that are doing what you're doing way better.
Original DS games that aren't Pokemon have voice acting. Like,
Like-
they will not have voice acting of some type in a Pokemon
At the
game.
least, like that's at the minimum. We're not even getting into the things that we really deserve in a Pokemon game.
You know
that
what?
we've been asking for years.
You're actually
But
setting me up for the next segment.
Go ahead.
What, Hustle?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
I'm-
but you're getting what you're getting because people buy it.
Yep.
That's the biggest problem. This fan base is probably one of the most like abused fan bases I've seen when it comes to gaming. In terms of like they give you bare minimum, and then they keep buying it. Like y'all don't put y'all foot down.
Hustle.
What?
Call of Duty.
Them two, yeah. I'd say
Hold on.
But the thing is with
I
Call
have
of Duty
to
though
one-up
is it
you.
has a very addictive gameplay loop that keeps people coming back over and over
So
again.
does Pokemon.
at least
I
Call
might
of
have
Duty
to
has
one
voice
up you
acting.
though. NBA 2K.
That's his gambling problems. Let's be honest.
Honestly, yeah, that's gambling problems, bro.
Okay.
That's a gambling addiction.
Okay.
Like
I knew that.
NBA 2K people got gambling problems. They just need to admit that.
Not only that, but the way they built that game now is just inherently predatory.
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon now is getting predatory too, considering the DLC thing. That was like, all right, y'all, that's disgusting. And the worst part about
I
it,
will
though,
say this: I have a bunch of friends who got the game day one. There's one guy who's literally shiny hunting his ass off. They're having tons of fun. They're enjoying the experience. I've had people on both sides like, I'm not really feeling this. And their experience was for the first couple of hours, they weren't feeling it. Then they kind of got into it. So I've not really heard many bad things about the game play.
It's a Pokemon game.
Of course, you know what you're expecting when you buy a Pokemon game. You're going to get exactly what it is that you're expecting when you buy a Pokemon game. Now, one thing I will say is that I have heard some things about the graphics. Walking along these rooftops, you walk along these windows, and you see things that are supposed to be textured, and they're just kind of painted onto the wall or painted onto the window.
Anyone curious what the user score is on Metacritic right now?
4.3.
Oh, what up? This is 4.7 currently.
Oh, yes, but Pokemon's user score got dropped down to a 4.3. Yes, I keep an eye on gaming news, even though I don't necessarily post it all the time, but that actually became gaming news this week. That Pokemon ZA's Metascore had been dragged down because of because of gameplay, because of voice acting, because of the same music loop over and over. It gets rough. It gets tiring. But at the same time, you're an abused audience. And you start to understand that sooner or later. Now, the question is, do you just keep on buying into the abuse, or do you move on? And when you talk about how are you supposed to move on, what if you really enjoy these Pokemon games? That's where we lead over to exactly what our next segment was. Hustle, you got something to say?
Hold on. What? I just got reminded of something. I got reminded of the staunch Nintendo defenders when Power World was announced and released that were shitting on Power World.
Now you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me.
Hold on. You still have time to go in. But I remember them staunchly shitting on Power World, defending Nintendo, reporting them to Nintendo and shit like that. And they gave you a garbage ass game. All that defending, and Nintendo gave y'all niggas a horrible ass game. Y'all deserve that. Y'all deserve that.
Can I say this?
Well, I won't say that this is horrible.
Not Goji though. Goji don't deserve that.
I won't say that this is horrible.
Y'all niggas deserve that.
As someone who has dealt with the Stockholm syndrome of the Pokemon company and Game Freak for majority of my adult life, I've learned to dip my toe out of the Pokemon pool every once in a while, you know.
Good man.
And I found things like Power World. I very much enjoy Power World. But there is a major reason why I didn't spend the fucking $70 on goddamn Pokemon 2 weeks ago, and that's because I invested in Time Stranger.
Same. I bought Time, and that's where I was getting to.
As someone who has
Digimon Time Stranger.
Digimon,
yeah, I gotta get that.
As someone who's always enjoyed Digimon.
Well, let's not get there yet.
I got you. I just wanted to say this real quick. The cyber sleuths were always guilty pleasures of mine. I truly appreciate the fact that Bandai Namco decided that they wanted to release Time Stranger in the same time period as Pokemon. I appreciate it.
Yes. And so we can continue that thought. Allow me to go into the birth of other monster catcher genres. So the birth of Digimon, the birth of other monster catchers. In case anybody doesn't know, we just went over the history of Pokemon. We just went over how Pokemon came to be and what it was created out of. Now, as you know, since 1998, there has been competition. One would say, oh, Digimon copy Pokemon. That's not actually the case. So let me get into the history of Digimon, what Digimon is, if you don't know already. I know this is another long-running franchise. But surprisingly, when you think of franchises that are like Pokemon or knockoffs or copycats, one of the first games that people think of is actually Digimon. And it's almost seen as the main competitor to Pokemon in the monster catching genre, but Digimon has completely different origins in comparison. And they actually came to exist at close to the same time, which means that both were probably in development at the same time. So Digimon, also known as Digital Monsters, started as a series of virtual pet toys that were created in 1997 and considered to be the more masculine version of the then popular Tamagotchi and Gigapets.
Yep.
For those who don't know what a Tamagotchi is, that was the Tamagotchi was the first product that allowed users to raise and battle digital creatures on the go. And at the time, it was wildly popular. So Bandai Namco was like, oh, they got these toys that are like video games. You're raising a character, whatever. You can battle. You can raise them from an egg. Blah blah blah. We got to get in on that. So that's how Digimon came to be. It didn't come to be because Pokemon existed and anybody was even thinking about Pokemon at the time, because Pokemon was not even on the map. Like Pokemon had just released in Japan in 1996. So Digimon came out of the Tamagotchi franchise and the popularity. So technically it was kind of like a Tamagotchi knockoff.
It's kind of funny because Tamagotchi was also made by Bandai. So
yes,
they were both made by Bandai.
But again, Digimon was the more masculine version of Tamagotchi.
That one you could battle.
Yeah, they were trying to capture that same young boy or like teen boy market.
Because you got girls who were in the Tamagotchis and were carrying them around. But remember, here in the West, we carried around Gigapets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gigapets was that was.
Yeah, I had a Gigapet.
I had a Tamagotchi
though. With the popularity of Tamagotchi, this led Bandai to creating the Digimon franchise that now encompasses anime, manga, video games, card games, and more. And it's still actually a very big franchise in the monster taming world. Many say it's arguably better than Pokemon.
It is.
It doesn't do better numbers in any way, shape, or form. The video games don't do better numbers than Pokemon. The card games don't do better numbers than Pokemon. But it's arguably better. The anime was better. The games are better. Like, arguably the better.
The evolutions are better. Listen, have you ever seen
the evolutions
what a
are more
Digimon evolution
confusing.
chart looks like? That shit is crazy.
Well, here's the thing, and we'll get into that when we start talking about Time Stranger, because a Digimon's evolution is not locked to one thing, and you don't have to evolve into a Charizard from a Charmander.
Why are you confused? Dog, robot dog, Jesus. Like what's confusing? Like, why are we confused? Like,
that's literally how it goes.
I don't understand what's confusing about that. Like, I wouldn't
Cat,
straightforward to me.
Cat, Tyrannosaurus, Angel Demon.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the line's right there. You don't see it?
Megaform is always a
It
human.
literally goes butterfly, dragon, mech with 1,000 guns on it.
Oh!
Like, and
That got one
somehow
even
we don't
better for
question
y'all.
that shit. We're just like, Yeah, that
That
makes
wasn't
sense.
even better for y'all.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You Digivolve. Just
So-
DNA Digivolutions. Like
DNA
Oh, yeah, there's
Digivolutions
that, the DNA
combining
Digivolutions.
like two Digimon existing and into one.
Yeah, the fusion Digivolutions.
that's how the
like,
greatest Digimon of all time came to be, Omnimon.
And then you had
Yeah.
Imperial Dramon in part 2.
Yeah.
So
best
the most
not-
recent release was a game called Digimon Time Strangers, which actually came out a couple of weeks prior to Pokemon Legends ZA. And it
I
sold
wonder
really
why.
well. It sold really well. But the first Digimon game was called Digital Monsters version S Digital Tamers on Sega Saturn in 1998. And Digimon World was released in 1999 in Japan.
That's
It feels like this
wild.
franchise has been holding on for many years and not been crushed under the weight of games named Pokemon.
I think
Right.
it stands in its own lane, and it's like like anyone who's watched Digimon knows what you're getting out of Digimon versus Pokemon. You're not getting the same experience out of that. Digimon
Correct.
had motherfuckers crying when fucking Leomon died. I
So
specifically remember that.
But you also have to remember that over time, we've also seen games come about like Temtem, Power World, Cassette Beasts, and others that fall into the genre of a protagonist using captured monsters to
so
fight for them.
that's
AKA
why I was
monster
going
capture.
to what I was gonna say was, again, somebody said it earlier. Digimon always had the better anime and Pokemon. It all comes down to story. I always felt like Digimon was always written way better than Pokemon was.
Because
As
there
far
were
as
actual
the
stakes.
games go, as far as the shows, the manga, it's all been written. It's more personalized.
Mhm.
Again, I'm a Pokemon fanboy. I enjoy having 6 Pokeballs on my belt and having a variety of team, you know. But
Yeah,
there's
but
just
Time Stranger, you
something.
walk around, you get voice acting, you got 3 Digimon just walking around with you. And if you choose to want to ride one of them, you press a button and you can just jump on your Agumon's shoulders and he just be like, "Rrr," you know what I'm saying? Like, so
It's always been something a little more intimate with Digimon, as
Yeah,
far
it's
as
a bond
like,
between literally one person and one Digimon.
yeah.
That's it.
And I think that's always been a strength for it. Because like you said, there's been a bunch of games that has come into the monster capture space. Card Captor Sakura, Monster Rancher. It's been a bunch of stuff. But Digimon has always had that heart to it. And I think that has shined through in everything except the trading card game, besides recently. It shined into basically everything they've tried to do.
Yeah, I feel like you can also kind of count Yu-Gi-Oh in that a little bit, a little,
Um,
because there is that crossover between, like, if you watch Pokemon and Digimon, you definitely watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah, but that's kind of a generational thing, and not like
yeah,
a monster capture, monster taming type of thing. Because like Yu-Gi-Oh, no matter how you cut it, the show, the everything about it was always about the cards.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but like the cards are also monsters, and people have their own.
Yeah, the cards are
card
well,
monster.
no, because the cards are cards, right? But they had the device that was basically projecting the cards to be monsters.
Yeah, but that's what adds the appeal to it. Because I think if you
Right.
didn't have that aspect to it, it wouldn't be as
Yeah,
exciting.
but
to
you know,
watch.
it wouldn't be as dynamic. It wouldn't
that's
be.
what makes it flashy for kids.
Yeah,
It's like it's like with the I don't know if y'all watch any of the Gundam Build series.
Bill Fighters.
Yeah, any of them. But it'd be like if you just saw like 2 Gundam models just standing there just the whole time without like the actual animated battles.
I mean, I
the
did play
model.
Gundam. The Gundam, you know, the Gunpla, the one where you build the Gundams out of various parts and you run around
Breakers?
and fight them on stages. Yeah, Gundam Breakers,
right?
Gundam Breakers
Yeah,
3.
it's
and
like if you
4.
didn't
Well, I
have
don't
that
think I played
dynamic, and it
4.
was just like literally 2 static ass Gundam models just standing there staring at each other the whole time. You'd be like, this
I
is
mean,
boring.
imagine that the Pokemon anime looked like anime combat looked like like the video game combat.
Honestly,
You never
no, I think that would be a fun joke episode. That would be a hilarious joke episode to do, though. Just like one episode, like season. Yeah, not the whole thing, though.
But imagine it always looked like that.
Yeah,
it would be just as stale as Yu-Gi-Oh without projecting the monsters out of the cards.
We don't want that. We don't want that One Punch
And
Man
again,
season 3 animation. All right, calm down.
Kaiba and Kaiba Core definitely did a thing with Yu-Gi-Oh and you know, like Yu-Gi-Oh had that drama. You know what I'm saying? They was definitely down for the drama.
Yeah, like Bandit Keith put out a
I remember Bandit Keith put a gun to Pegasus' head over a card game.
crazy,
Like,
bro.
what are we doing here, man?
Like, nigga, this
Yeah.
a
I mean, let's not forget the OG before the dubbed version of Yu-Gi-Oh, that OG version of Yu-Gi-Oh anime that was fully based on the manga. Now, season 0, where Yami was just straight up sending people to hell, like, but they the Shadow Realms, like, nah, you on the hell.
Right.
And then the next day, they was like, hey, what happened to so and so? I don't know.
He is gone.
What do you mean? Oh my god! I remember
Digimon is better than Pokemon in every single way. It just needed a fire-ass game at that time. It just need if Digimon came up with a fire game, like a fire game around that same time, I think Digimon would have crushed Pokemon.
You want to know how Digimon could have crushed Pokemon? If Nintendo went with their first gut thought and stopped that Gold and Silver. Crystal was supposed to be the last game in the franchise, and because of the spark, they kept it going.
But
at that same time,
it would be interesting to see if the first major Pokemon game, because like I remember having it and it was okay, but if we had a better game than Digimon World 1 on PS1 as the first major Digimon game that actually had some like real effort put behind it,
I will also say one of the things that contributed to the Pokemon games selling so well was handheld.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were way more handhelds
than what held Digimon back the whole time.
Yeah, they were on because Digimon World 1 was on PS1. I think the first couple ones were on PS1.
Yeah, the first 2 or then 3 was on PS2, and then you had some weird Game Boy Advance games and a couple on PS2. You had Digimon World 4 on PS2.
I think if they would have been able to come out with
also was that Digimon never had a solid home. Pokemon, you always knew you were going to Nintendo.
Yeah,
Nintendo system. You were getting a Nintendo platform. Digimon jumped from Sega Saturn to PS1 to Game Boy Advance to here to there, and the games were hit or miss. Like some of them were great, some of them were not so great. You know what I'm saying? So Digimon never really fully had a home.
Yeah, because when you got that Nintendo backing, it's kind of hard to fail.
Kinda.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Like look at Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Fun, but could have been better.
Yeah.
Let's not. Can we not look at that game?
If it wasn't locked in on a Nintendo console,
and it was a Nintendo exclusive, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 would have been a lot better or a lot more well received if it was multi-plat.
It was great for when it came out because I went on vacation and had my Switch, so I had a nice little game to kill time when stuff wasn't happening. But
was it that, or was it Marvel Capcom Infinite that was focused on the characters from the MCU?
Infinite.
It was Infinite. Okay.
Because in the Marvel Capcom 3, you had like good amount of Spider-Verse characters. Thane was a character. You had wasn't Blade in it too? Ghost Rider, like Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider was in there for sure.
Yeah, because there was a DLC at the end that put Blade.
Yeah, they added
most of the Midnight Sun.
They added the Fantastic as well. They added the Fantastic Four into Ultimate Alliance 3.
So problem was Infinite actually took away, like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite took away too much for it to be viable as a fighter. In it. Like they took away all of the you didn't have half the roster that the previous game had. And then the rest of the roster that you were going to release was egregious when it came down to DLC prices. $5 a character.
Yeah, the diabolical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That game was doomed.
Yeah, the final character list for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was great, but like we said, if it
No, I'm
wasn't
talking
limited
about
to
Marvel vs.
no,
Capcom Infinite. Yeah, but
oh yeah, no, I was just going back to double check, and I was like, oh damn, I forgot Cable was in the game. You had Phoenix
Marvel
and
vs.
Psylocke.
Capcom, Marvel
Ultimate
Alliance 3 had an in-depth story, and they really built their roster pretty decent.
I need to buy that. See, get it for super cheap.
It's on the Switch, bro.
Switch only,
yeah, that's it.
which means
I have a Switch.
I know, but I was saying Switch games barely
You
go on
never
sale.
get it on discount.
Well, first party
there's no on sale there.
It's
Speaking of
$60.
which,
it's $60.
I heard
What?
Sony. Yes, so Nintendo game, Nintendo exclusive.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Like, you might
Speaking
be
of
able to
which,
find
I heard
digital
that
code online.
the PlayStation Store added a feature where it tells you that whether or not you're getting the best deal on the game that you're purchasing.
$40 used.
For a cartridge.
Sorry, bro, it's cooked.
Hey, that's a
What the fuck are we doing, bro? Oh my god.
Giving
It's a
Nintendo exclusive
game.
right.
What do you expect? That's the best you're gonna get. Surprised you
Oh
found
yeah,
it for
that's
that.
why it's published by Nintendo. You greedy motherfucker.
I just said,
Yeah,
giving
we
Nintendo
was
exclusive
ignoring
right.
us this whole time.
I didn't.
I think he was ignoring us this whole time when we kept saying it was published
Like,
by
you gotta
Nintendo.
come.
I don't know.
Had the
I
information come
was
from three.
denying it. I was
Had
just
the
like,
information come from three directions. Is like, nah, I disregard that. It's like that ain't real.
I gotta
speaking
see
the
it
truth.
whole nine.
Listen. It was.
You guys
listen,
don't know
I was-
anything
I
about
had
games.
my Luke Skywalker moment, all right. I have a Luke Skywalker moment where he got told that Darth Vader was his dad, and I was just like, no, that's not true. That's impossible. And I was just like,
You
oh,
killed
no.
my dad. No, I am your. I did publish it. I am Nintendo.
All right, so what keeps these series besides Pokemon alive? Like, what keeps them afloat? And what is the recipe for games in this genre to find some success while having to compete with a juggernaut like Pokemon?
Fun factor. Innovation. If you're gonna be like Pokemon, you gotta do it better than them. I really feel
I
like
mean, that's not hard. That's not a high bar to set.
And that's what I was about to say. I feel like that's why people are talking so much about Time Stranger, because it took the formula and made it its own, because it doesn't play exactly like Pokemon. Like, you don't go out and capture Digimon, you convert
you just
them,
fight them,
you
and then
battle them. The more you battle them, the more data you get of them,
and you convert them.
and you can convert them just like that. You know, and there are benefits for getting more data as opposed to you can convert at either 100 or max. You can either convert it right there, or it's benefits to waiting. There's personalities to where they react different, they do different things. You can raise multiple at one time. It's a lot of things that it's like, okay, that sounds like Pokemon, but when you play it, it's more fluent, it's more smooth. You know how Pokemon is just now allowing you to go to the PC from anywhere? Yeah, Cyber Sleuth has been doing that for years, you know, which is basically the predecessor to Time Stranger.
And the story
like
is actually really, really entertaining.
You know, like Digimon
I was like,
tends to do.
Yo, side missions pop up every once in a while. I'm like, hey,
I
yo.
will be completely honest. Again, I have Pokemon
And then they have
Stockholm
different places to be. Without spoiling anything, you have different settings in Digimon Time Stranger.
Whereas with the latest Pokemon game, you're just in one
world,
JPEG city,
one anything. Like, you know? This is like if
literally
you compare the world of ZA to the world of Time Stranger is like 70 times larger.
ZA is like, okay. ZA, the entirety of ZA is like that first dungeon of Time Stranger. Except it's just a JPEG, because everything's a JPEG in ZA. There was something that someone pointed out, I was watching a stream of it, and there was something someone pointed out. The NPCs don't move in ZA.
Wait, what?
If you watch the NPCs, they don't walk around. There's a reason for that. In Legends Arceus, there was a game-breaking bug where certain NPCs, if you did certain actions, it would cause NPCs to kind of bug out. And there was also the fact that in Scarlet and Violet, the fact that things render differently when characters are mobile and they're walking around, and then you get a certain distance away, they just disappear, just pop out of existence, and then they pop into existence.
Well, that was a problem with Scarlet and Violet, popping out and popping in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. With Scarlet and Violet,
Everything popped out and popped in.
Apparently,
to
this is not a
avoid
bug in
that.
Z to A. That is an intentional choice.
What?
Yeah, no, that's what
they
I
don't
was
move.
saying. That's what I was saying.
He's
They
saying
made it to where
That's the
NPCs
second
don't
time you did
move.
that today, bro.
No. I'm saying like, AKA, we don't got the talent to make them move around because we on some weak ass hardware.
No, not even that. We don't have a weak hardware. Cyberpunk 2077 runs on that, I'll have you know. Huh.
I gotta see what that actually looks like on the Switch too. Versus,
I didn't say it runs good.
It looked like Rajan just almost choked on some water.
He's like, it plays Cyberpunk, sir. Like, slap it down like you play spades.
does it play
I didn't
well?
say
is
it
the question.
runs good, but it runs. So you're gonna tell me that a console that can run Cyberpunk 2077,
I might spend my
you
money
can't
on
figure out how to make a Pokemon game run well on that.
I might spend my money on a lot of dumb shit, but I'm not that
I
dumb
mean,
to buy Cyberpunk for my Switch too.
This same console that can run Cyberpunk, you can't figure out how to do individual blades of grass.
No.
Yo, even
That's too
deeper
hard.
than this, somebody said again. I was watching a video and this guy said something, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart because he said Nintendo, Game Freak, the Pokemon company, said that the Switch's hardware was not up to par with building the game that they were trying to build. And the guy whose video I was watching said, "So you mean the same hardware that runs Tears of the Kingdom?" And I shed tears. Zelda has been able to get more quality games, less games, but more quality games than the highest selling video game franchise of all time that's on the same hardware. And I shed a tear.
Again, you ain't gotta try much if you know people gonna buy millions of copies day one.
Especially when you spend $13 million to make ZA.
Damn,
The
that
lowest
$13 million.
Also,
lowest you spent.
Also, ZA takes up less space than Sword and Shield.
Yeah,
Because it's not a game. It's a
Wait.
DLC that they're selling for
That is
$100.
Yeah, Sword and Shield's about like
Right.
10 and a half, 11 gigs. ZA is like 8, it's like 6
And you spent
gigs.
more money.
It's
you
like
spent
6
more
gigs on
money
Switch
on
1, like
Scarlet
8
and
gigs on
Violet.
Switch 2.
$100 game.
You spent more
Let's-
money
let's-
making
let's-
Scarlet and Violet.
Let's drop the
And both of the
let's
games
drop
are
the
bad.
70 and just call it what it is. It's a $100 game.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a $100 game.
$100 game. That
It's on.
you
It's
motherfuckers
okay.
bought.
It's okay.
apparently 5.8 million copies.
Hey, hustle.
So they've already made their budget and profited.
Hey, hustle.
Hmm.
What's your limit?
For Pokemon? For Pokemon?
No.
You want to know what my Pokemon limit is? My Pokemon
No.
limit is $40.
You know what
GTA
the-
6.
You still never answered that.
I'm still on GTA 6, bro. What's the limit? What can they get from you? What can they
First
what
off,
can they get from you? Because
I'm
this
gonna say
right
this.
here,
I'm gonna say
this
this.
right here proves that exact point.
I'm gonna say this.
They're gonna sell you the game for 120, and then they're gonna sell you the online for another 50.
No, absolutely not. No.
No.
Nintendo would do that though.
I'm just saying, if Rockstar did it, you not doing it, you doing it. You doing it.
No, I'm
You
not.
doing it.
Uh-uh.
You doing it. For 10 years worth of gameplay, you doing it. You doing it. You doing it. You doing it.
But even if they were to do that, it would still be higher quality than Pokemon Legends.
Yo.
today.
For 10 years worth of gameplay,
Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
170
Don't do it. Don't do
for
it.
10 years.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you say it out loud, you're only vindicating what they said already.
Because we can't sit up here and talk about like Pokemon is not worth
$170 for 10 years.
$100.
Is that the
That's
trade-off? 170 for 10 years? I
Fam,
wouldn't do it.
I've
I
gotten
wouldn't do it.
gotcha games that I've been playing
I
for
wouldn't do it.
for
I wouldn't.
5 and 7 years already.
Nah,
That were free.
so here's my cutoff. For Grand Theft Auto 6, for everything that I know I can get, the story, the replayability, it's not even out yet. I haven't seen enough. That's my biggest issue. But again, we come from the era where like they're spoiled nowadays. We wasn't getting all these trailers and all these releases and everything. We was
got
going
2
off
trailers.
blind faith. You know what I mean?
We had more trailer for GTA 6 than we have for GTA 3 than we have for GTA 6.
Yeah.
Or
like,
GTA 4.
GTA 4 gave us hella trailers.
Hell yeah.
You heard Nico Bellic all the time.
trailers and
Yeah,
commercials, nigga.
We
Niggas
knew
had
damn near the whole
commercials.
story. I don't
Like-
know. I don't think I wouldn't spend $100 on.
That was the
GTA
first time.
six.
That's the first
I'm
time. I
just
bought a
saying,
super expensive
If you
collector's
say that
edition.
you would spend $100, like you are literally vindicating Rockstar's statement saying that they should charge how much they feel like they should charge based upon how many hours you're going to get out of the game.
That was dumb as fuck. They should have never said that.
And they said that GTA 6 is going to be like $100 to $120 base, just
feel
off
like-
rip.
Bro, I could be like,
I don't know. Gaming is a slippery slope. Because again,
Be like-
it's a thing where Nintendo.
My
can
thing is,
say
you still have a
something,
market that you have to compete in.
definitely,
And right now,
definitely.
we are as an economy,
we are at the bottom
worldwide,
right now.
not just the United States. As an economy, we are struggling.
Yeah.
that's true.
And so, if you
Very
start
true.
pricing out your luxuries, you're gonna lose. You're gonna find yourself in a hole because people ain't gonna buy them because they're higher priced. Now
That's
they're
like
gonna
a
start
game
becoming
crash.
more contentious. Like, look at Game Pass. We've been talking about Game Pass. $32 a month
Ugh.
for Game Pass
Yeah.
Ultimate.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good for them.
Ugh.
And then Microsoft is still kind of saying, "Oh, we're going to do another console." They're still on that. But their next console is going to be a PC, like it's going to be a console that's supposed to be able to run Steam and Epic and all the rest of those platforms. You're basically going to be able to go home to a Windows mode.
No, the thing that also was kind of alarming was when they said there was going to be a premium product. I was like, oh shit. That means it's gonna cost like $1,000.
Because it's
Yeah.
they're going to try to build a PC.
I mean, how much is the Series X right now?
It's gone up twice. What's it
Or
now?
550?
No.
X?
No, I think it's six.
That
The
makes
X is
like
five. It's 580 now. I think after the second price
Come on.
increase.
I was close.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Why did I think it was like 600, 700?
that's the Pro or Elite, whatever the.
The 1
thing.
terabyte right now is literally 649.
That's the
Yeah.
1 terabyte though.
Oh no,
Isn't
that's
that the
base.
lowest one?
Plus with a controller.
No.
Wait.
No,
Wait.
that's.
I mean,
no,
they
that-
all come with a. It better come with a. Yo,
I
if
mean-
I
That's the
buy,
base-
if I
that's
buy a
the base
console in
now.
2025
Oh.
and it does not come with a controller,
For
I'm
the
going
disc drive.
somewhere and somebody's
No, yeah.
getting smacked.
No, never mind. That's the base now for the disc drive one. 649.
Yeah, the base is $650.
That's why about because they just went up on their prices. Like,
For the second time this year, yes.
yeah,
If you want that sparkly one with the 2 terabyte or whatever the fuck,
the 2
that one is
terabyte
like
one, that's like 7 and some change.
Eight,
yeah,
800.
800.
Eight.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, bro. did you
their
not-
handheld
yeah,
is
nigga,
is I think 650 and
up that.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 for the actual
The
one. that
ROG,
you
the
would
ROG
want.
Ally X, yes.
Yeah,
the-
the 2
the-
terabyte. The 2 terabyte currently is sitting at $800.
Yeah, so
limited
any
edition-
console that and the
Limited
PS5 is
edition
about the
Halo
same
one
thing.
is like
Well, the
Ah,
Pro. I think the Pro might
the
be
Pro
like,
was $700 off rip. So, but the PS5 went up, but it didn't go up by that much.
Yeah,
no, the PS5 only like 550, maybe
550.
it's still
something like
cheaper
that.
to get a PS5, and if you do that
But
thing,
I only say that to say the next generation of consoles base is gonna be about 650, 700.
yeah, them
The
hoes
next
is about to be
generation of
Big.
$7.
consoles ain't gonna sell.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be the end. That'll be.
Look.
Remember, anything over 500, 500 is a comfort number for people.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm gonna
Let's
spending
be
$600
completely
on something, it's gonna
honest.
be a graphics card.
Let's be completely honest. Is this generation of consoles actually selling that well?
Yes,
Yeah,
PS5
PlayStation
have
5.
been
PS5
selling like
is-
hotcakes from the start, and they've seen their sales teetering off. But yes, this generation of consoles has sold pretty well.
Someone bring up the numbers of PS5 sales. I think it's like 80 million or some shit.
Because remember, when PS5 first came out, for a disc drive version, you were still paying $500. 500 is that number. PS3s didn't sell that well because they wanted 600.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Guess who spent 600 on the PS4? I mean PS3.
You did.
My mom.
PS5, yeah, just passed 80 million. Yep.
Damn, 80 million.
See, them some numbers. And what's Xbox at?
They don't share that.
VG charts always load slow every time I try to check the site out.
They're like, we're selling them. Don't worry about how many. Just know.
I thought it was
People are
estimated to be
buying
like
them.
20 million or some shit like that.
For the
People are
Series
getting
X, I think 20 million for
Yeah.
the Series S.
Estimated to be
them. I'm not
about
gonna hold you.
30 to
If-
33 million. There's no exact number.
For the X or S or both?
X
For the-
and
I
S.
feel like the
X
S
and S.
is selling way better than the X.
The S was always selling better because it was $300 initially.
Yeah.
Poverty machine.
The thing that's
The thing
holding
that's
back this
also
generation
holding
of
the entire
gaming.
console generation back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in.
Niggas like you gotta make
Literally.
games for the S too. It's like that's just
Yo,
stupid.
Literally
Ever.
every game maker
You know
who's
that
doing
new
multi-platform has to
fire
design
game
for
you
the Series
making?
S, and so
You gotta
your
make it for
PS5
this
games are
microwave.
Series S games.
That was
You gotta
dumb.
make that
was
game for this
stupid.
microwave we got over here. Yeah.
They should have
Couldn't
just
make
done
it for my
what,
refrigerator. You had to make it for my microwave.
bro. They
You
should have
feel
just
me?
done what Sony did and just made a discless version of the Series X and just made it $100 cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that would've
the
been
issue
smart.
with that was they wanted to
They wanted to
Make it-
accommodate for broke niggas.
yeah.
Well, the thing is that
100%.
you can't put that level of hardware and
Into
still make it
something that
cheaper
cheap.
and make it
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
affordable
wild.
because they would be in the red for too long. Remember, I said console wars. Every console cycle, they always start in the red. The goal is to get
Yeah.
into the black as soon as possible. And the one thing that people say is Xbox has never been in the black on their consoles,
Never.
which is crazy considering the 360 existed.
No, hold on. I'm gonna further that.
But they had to redesign the 360 twice.
Twice, yeah.
I'm gonna further that too. It's also
Yeah.
crazy that they've never been in the black, but they continue to buy other studios to further put themselves in more debt.
No. So the difference is they've never been in the black on a console. They have been in the black on accessories and they have been in the black on
IPs.
games.
Mm.
Games is where they make their
Yeah,
money.
That's where all they money, their IPs are.
That's why
fucking-
they're buying studios.
Speaking of, according to GameStop, which we don't really take too much stock in their words no more, but the console wars is over.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's done.
console wars are over because everything is not everything, but many of the things are going multi-platform.
Look, there's a
Between PC.
picture going around, right? There's this picture going around. Tony, I'm
There-
gonna send it to you. You've probably seen it already. There's a picture of Halo hugged
Yes.
up with the PlayStation.
Wait, there's a whole trailer.
Yeah,
You know what I
Like
mean?
that's for real.
that's
In the
happening.
background, sitting in the chair, is Xbox, and,
Yep.
and Halo is like, "Are you sure about this?"
Oh yeah, I'll post that picture up. Listen, man. Once Halo, Gears, and Forza have come out on PlayStation, that's a wrap. That's
You have
it.
no reason to buy an
That's it.
Xbox
Dude,
ever again.
Xbox is dead.
I've been saying since Game Pass has been a good thing, which thank you, Game Pass, for ruining my good name now because I've been vouching for you for so long. But I've been saying you don't have a reason to buy an Xbox if you have Game Pass. You have a Game Pass, get a PC. I know people, there are bums playing Halo on their phones with a controller because they
So-
got Game Pass.
Before we divert too far, because we got to wrap up soon. Let me just get to the little final piece, like so we can close out. At this point, we know that Nintendo has started a little meme run with lawsuits against Palworld and its parent company, while also filing patents to ensure that other companies cannot use certain functions that have become known and synonymous with Pokemon or through Pokemon. We're unaware of the outcome of the case because it's still ongoing, but we do know that it can have a very large impact on any game company that would think about making a similar game in the future. We've spoken at length about repercussions and ramifications of this ongoing lawsuit and what it could mean for any competition for Pokemon games. And obviously, if Pokemon games did not have any competition, there would be a lack of any improvement at all. So what does this mean for the genre of monster catching as a whole? I actually kind of want to challenge everybody to kind of think about it a little bit and why this may end up being good for games as well as why it would end up being bad. Like, if Nintendo is successful in their lawsuit, like, what's the future of monster catching, when it comes to like this whole Palworld thing? Because obviously they're trying to shut out any competition or the use of anything that's anywhere near like something they've done in their games. I think it's really petty, but what do we see as the future for monster catching as a genre?
It's going to be stagnant and or dead because people are not going to want to make monster catching games if they're worried about it popping off and getting successful, and then Nintendo sees that and it's just like, nah.
Yeah, I think people are gonna try to avoid that genre because, like, Nintendo seems to be very litigation happy with mild, adjacently resembling features in their games that happen to play 20% similarly to their games. So it's like, but the weird thing is, like, I don't think they're not gonna be able to get away with it forever because, as we've talked about, there were other games that have specific mechanics that Pokemon did take from. Like, we've talked about Shin Megami Tensei in the past. It's like, granted, it's not the exact same, but like making a pact with a demon, making it part of your party, and then battling with it. It's like it's the same. It's just capturing with extra steps. Like it's capturing of a different color. So, but you never saw Atlas get on that and be like, hey, hold up, wait, we did that like 3 years before y'all did. And then, like,
I think that the retribution is going to be loud and it's going to be big.
I mean, part of the retribution is the fact that people vehemently are not they're not fucking with Z to A. So it's like you did all that litigation and lawsuits and all other shit to release a mediocre game that people are not enjoying.
Yeah, I will buy Beast Reincarnation though because that does.
I think what's eventually gonna
that's the Game Freak other
the
game
next Game Freak.
But that's Game Freak. That's not Pokemon Company. Slash Nintendo.
Yeah, it's just Game Freak. I think it's under Nintendo though, but it's Game Freak. But I think what's going to end up happening is a revolution is going to end up happening. There's already this thing in the Pokemon community where like people are tired of it, and they've already been like ROM hacks have been a thing since we've been in elementary school. Like it's always going to be a thing, and you're always going to get those people who are tired of what Pokemon is putting out and innovate. It's going to get to the point where like Pocket Pair is already trolling them. Whether we don't know how deep into everything they are, and we don't know which way it's going, but it seems like either way, Pocket Pair doesn't care. And it seems like they're going to keep doing what they're doing, even with whatever the outcome is. And I think something like that. I think the fact
they got
that
another
Pocket Pair
expansion coming, or another. They got another whole game coming.
whole nother game, which we got to talk about that because there's been some things that came out because of how similar it is to Pokepia. And a lot of people are speculating that because of the things that these companies have to release during the lawsuits and a lot of people are saying that Pokemon stole Power World's side game and rushed it out because the Power World side game looks way more polished and way closer to being done than Pokepia does. So a lot of
you mean
people
like PUBG versus Fortnite?
Yeah. A lot of people are thinking that the Pokemon company and Nintendo saw that they're working on something else.
That's how you get them wrapped up in litigation, so they can't
Even
wrap
more.
you up in litigation.
Exactly. But again, I think that this is just going to cause the fact that Pocket Pair is still like they're pushing. They're not folding. A lot of other companies have. A lot of people have went against Nintendo. Nintendo stood to them, and they just Granted, a lot of people don't have Pocket Pair money.
Well,
But
Nintendo tends to go after pirates, like ROM people, and small
people
companies.
they know that they can kick around.
Well, they can kick around because they got the money to kick them around.
To do it, yeah.
The reason why they went after Pocket Pair is because
it was a small company at this point.
At that point, it was a small company.
Yeah.
But their sales, they sold 8 million copies in a week.
Yeah.
Not even a week, 6 days. They're now up to like 31 million
And Nintendo
copies.
saw that as a threat.
Power World. So
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Pokemon.
The lawsuit actually propelled Power World even further.
Yep. And it's things like that make me think that even if Nintendo wins this lawsuit, and let's say they win it, Power World has to shut down.
They still win because they just make another game.
Exactly.
Reskin
and I feel
it.
like that's going to cause a lot of these. I can't get into specifics about it, but there's a contest going on for creating a ROM hack to compete with ZA right now. There's this thing going on in the community where like there's basically a bounty on who can make ZA better than ZA.
Everybody.
Things like that are just going to propel more indie creators to create more indie monster capture games to where it's going to get to the point where
remember I still am a proud owner of one of those non-existent Pokemon games.
They
have been wiped off the face of the internet, but I still have it.
Going to get to a
Pokemon
point where
fucking
Uranium.
That was it. Yeah. Well, it was one of those.
But it's going to get to a point where people are just going to get fed up with Nintendo trying to shut them down, and they're just going to keep going. And it's going to get like the whole what is the thing? There's going to be laws that change. Like it's going to get to a point where Nintendo just can't do this anymore. You can't be bullying people around just because they're making better games than you.
So does Pokemon become as popular as it did without competition?
No.
Here's the thing.
I feel like Pokemon was marketed the perfect way at the perfect time. I feel like if let's get rid of the past 30 years of monster capture, everything, nothing there, if they were to try to come out with it in this day and age, it would be a completely different thing. And in 30 years from now, it probably wouldn't be as big as what it is now. I feel like they hit the perfect market at the perfect time.
It was open, and then their competition came right behind them.
And not only just that, it was around the era when everything was the devil and the media was making Pokemon out to be this bad thing, which made
there's no such thing as bad attention. There's no such thing as bad press.
Well, not only that, but this is the 90s we're talking about. 90s when toys were still a thing. So not only did you have the game, but you had toys and merchandise and all this other shit. Like every other thing had to
I mean,
have those
toys are
things
still a
to be
thing.
successful.
Labubu's,
Not the same way of like, let's say Transformers.
Funko
Because
Pops.
Transformers,
Robots in disguise.
because like
Oh,
with
don't get me
Transformers,
started
you
on
had
Transformers.
you had the show, then you had the actual toys.
Yeah.
And that
They
the shows are basically one big ass toy commercial, essentially.
exactly.
In the same way that Pokemon, if you really think about the animated series is essentially one big ass like merch show because they made tons of plushies, toys, action figures, all sorts of shit. They had the Pokedex, everything in that they could make into toys that they could
So
now
it's
sell.
kind of the other way around. The game is the base,
Yeah,
and it branches everything else off.
yeah.
Because when the game drops, they'll drop a new anime, they'll drop a new card set, they'll drop new plushies, they'll drop new whatever to coexist with the new Pokemon. All the new Pokemon, with the exception of they revealed a couple new Pokemon in the animes, but for the most part, when the game drops, all the new Pokemon come out, and then we're getting an anime surrounding that specific game, or it just branches off from that.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that like the big sales that Nintendo does get from Pokemon don't really come from the games. Like the games, yeah,
It
but
comes from all the merch.
it's all the merch. That's it. The merch is what sells the shit now. I think
Fucking
Digimon kind of fucked up because they didn't
Giant Vaporeon plushies.
yeah.
You know
Giant
what I mean?
Vaporeon
Run the
plushies,
world.
you sick motherfuckers bought.
As a matter of fact, I don't got plushies, but I got a dashboard full of fucking Pokemon. I got my
There
Deoxys
you
right
go.
here. You know what I mean? Got my boy Zeraora. Hold up. Got the Megazord. You feel me? With the posable wings.
Digimon screwed up by not having enough like merch, I think.
No, Digimon screwed up because in the beginning, yeah, the Digivolutions were a little convoluted. But again, it was a more intimate type of show. So
They
where
really should have
how are you really going to market every like you can market
they needed a
the what was it? It was the rookie, the champions,
Yeah.
and the ultimates. But how you market them and how they digivolve into them.
should
Like,
have marketed
it
the fuck
didn't
out of Agumon. That
yeah,
to me,
but
I think was
they
like
were
that should have
what was
been
it?
their
Agumon,
Pikachu.
Guiomon,
Agumon especially
Gabumon.
was I think that should have been their equivalent of Pikachu and just marketed the fuck out of him. Made tons of
Very
plushies,
true.
toys, t-shirts, all sorts of shit.
Pushed them to the front.
Yeah, hell yeah, push him to the front. He's a dynasty, he's a T-Rex with a fucking
Thing
fire
that kind
tail.
of the thing that kind of messed them up with that is every series they basically introduced a new like main tamer with
Yeah.
a main Digimon.
Yeah.
Whereas Pokemon, it's always just Ash and Pikachu until recently, but it's always been Ash and Pikachu, which I think that also helped them a lot because, like you said, Pikachu was the mascot, like he was
Marketable.
the boy,
Mimikyu.
and they help. Every generation gets a new type of Pikachu.
I mean, personally, I think Squirtle's the best
Mimikyu
one,
is the best.
We not
Because
gonna
if you
do
ever
this
see
'cause, you
Mimikyu
know,
for real, you die.
Bulbasaur is literally number one, so you know, literally number one.
So, anyway, I think with that being said, we'll let him live in his world of grandeur and delusion.
It's literally Pokemon number one.
It is
The
Pokemon
first
number
and
one,
best.
I know. But that doesn't make it the best. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to actually call it here because we've run over time. We started late, and so we've taken a little bit of extra time. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone has had fun. This was a great conversation. Goji, we need more of you. We need to see you more often. We will keep everyone updated on our social media platforms when our time changes go into effect. So if you don't hear from us, then just know we're probably going to have a little bit of a break in between. But we're trying to figure things out. We just need a little bit of time. But we will keep you updated. We'll let you know when we're going to be launching our next show. Either way, I want to thank you all for joining. If you have anything that you want to contribute to the Pokemon conversation, to the commentary on this quote unquote legendary franchise, to this genre of monster catching, to what may happen to monster catching in the future, let us know in the comments. Let us know in Discord. Let us know on Instagram, TikTok. But for sure, feel free. Always come back, slide through. We always have, an open seat for you, and there's always an open table. So anyway, with that being said, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And I just want to leave you with a note. If there's ever anything that you want to achieve, all you got to do is press the start button. We out.
Peace. Is Loon alive?
We promise next time we won't be on token time.
I don't even know if we're done, but
We are still rolling.
That is interesting. So apparently, even though we have done our outro, we're trapped here again. It happens every once in a while, guys. We end
After
up trapped
dark
here again.
now.
Well, I'm Larkin,
Oh.
so peace out.
Yeah.
All right.
Start button after dark, y'all.
Start button after dark is wild. That is absolutely nuts. Hold on, let me figure out what's going on with Loon. Loon.
Might want to call him up, bruh. Is that a thumbs up like you called him, or is it? Oh, he's talking on the.
Yeah. Let me tell you why Bulbasaur is the greatest. Like, literally the